In the summer of 2005, the Gulf Coast of the United States and the New Orleans area in particular were delivered a devastating 1-2 punch from two of the largest hurricanes on record. After the floodwaters receded, a new threat developed. Within the moist walls of countless homes, offices, and other buildings, billions of dormant spores sprang to life. Centralized heating and air conditioning, thermal windows, Tyvek wrapping, all things designed to keep the hot and cold out, began to work to trap the moisture inside. By locking in the moisture, these same protective wrappings and insulation created the perfect environment for a host of toxic molds, fungi, and bacteria. The anthrax bacterial spore attacks of the Postal Service facilities and similar threats against the Hart Senate Building in Washington, D.C. brought the potential danger of spore-forming microorganisms to the public's attention. The sick house syndrome phenomena, plaguing homeowners and insurance underwriters, can also be chiefly attributed to spore-forming microorganisms such as black mold. These events certainly highlight the types of damage and health concerns caused by spore-forming microorganisms. The fact is, these ancient and hardy life forms have been with us all along, usually lying dormant in the soil or floating through the air, waiting for just the right conditions. Reactive Surfaces of Austin, Texas is developing a suite of bioactive peptide additives for protective surface coating products. Reactive Surfaces ProteCoat additives have been specifically designed to prevent the germination of spore-forming microorganisms, such as black mold Stachybotrys and anthrax bacteria Bacillus anthracis. A spore is a single reproductive cell analogous to a plant seed that is encased in a very tough outer coat. When a spore comes in contact with a surface and there is sufficient moisture present, the spore germinates, allowing the cell within to rapidly multiply. The adult microorganism then reproduces. In the case of molds, this reproduction occurs by way of spore-forming structures known as fruiting bodies to rapidly disseminate additional spores across the surface. When a spore comes in contact with a reactive surface containing ProteCoat additives and begins to germinate, enhanced by germination stimulation, the engineered peptide additives create a weak bioelectrical charge in the cell membrane, which acts to quickly and effectively form pores in the cell membrane, allowing additional peptides to enter the cell, disrupting its nuclear material, resulting in cell death. If other biocides toxic to the cell are present, there is a synergistic effect resulting in even quicker cell death. Reactive Surfaces ProteCoat additives are short amino acid polymers and molecular germination stimulators, typically consisting of 5 to 10 subunits. They effectively prevent growth of spore-forming microorganisms in paints and coatings in minute amounts in latex and acrylic coatings to prevent growth of both fungal and bacterial spores and regenerative cells. Additionally, these additives are environmentally benign and non-toxic to humans. Reactive Surfaces ProteCoat additives can replace existing biocides, or they can operate synergistically with existing biocides, significantly enhancing the effectiveness of a biocide while significantly reducing the amount of that biocide in a coating. In addition, ProteCoat additives can be used to revitalize biocides taken off the market due to toxicity or low efficacy. Reactive Surfaces has developed methods to rapidly determine how effective a given additive in a coating can be against a given microorganism. Commercial production is feasible, and the resulting additives are relatively economical. Reactive Surfaces is establishing a strong worldwide patent position on the use of peptide additives in coatings, and it has a strategic relationship to a third party which itself has a strong worldwide patent position on a variety of anti-spore peptides. Additionally, Reactive Surfaces is developing its own additional anti-spore peptides. For the most part, current biocides are not meeting market segment performance demands in paint and coatings. The high cost of certain additives, coupled with negative environmental aspects of the extremely toxic biocides, has created a gap that Reactive Surfaces ProteCoat additives are ready to fill. While Reactive Surfaces has demonstrated the efficacy of the ProteCoat additives once applied to surfaces challenged by microorganisms, ProteCoat additives will be marketed initially for their ability to prevent growth of microorganisms in water-based paints in the can and in formulation processing. Reactive Surfaces ProteCoat additives will soon be available to coatings, formulations, and end users to address the significant challenges posed by microorganisms on surfaces.